welcome to this third VanHack, VanHackathon Hangout. Again, this is something I know it's a little bit last minute because we switched this. This was supposed to be a remote jobs hangout, but it's okay. It's Mustafa's birthday, and he's in Boulder, Colorado. So I'm going to give him a break. We should have, scheduled for later, but it's okay. We'll probably do it next week sometime. Probably next Thursday. Hello, guys and girls. Yes, it's good to see here. We're having mixed gender. So it's tomorrow. The VanHackathon is tomorrow. I can't believe it. It feels like it's been coming a long time. We've been preparing and planning and talking about it for almost like 2 months now, it feels like, or more. The first, just for you guys to know, this is actually not the first VanHackathon. We had like a mini VanHackathon with like 5 guys or something like that in October last year when I was at a hackathon in Vancouver. And I had the idea of, well, why don't the VanHack Premium members also build something, because you guys are just as talented as the developers in town here and designers in town here. And so we built actually a Rails app, a Ruby on Rails website that's we're thinking of actually using as the proper VanHack site, but we decided not to. But the point is that I was, after that weekend, inspired me to think, well, what if we did this like with a little bit more planning and a little bit bigger, and invited some companies and had had an actual event. So that's what's going to happen tomorrow. And yes, there will be one every couple of months, Juan. We're actually already scheduling the next one probably for the last week of August. And then we'll probably do one in November. So every kind of 3 months, and we'll probably do one, in the beginning of every year, like January, and like start off the new year. And then we'll do another one in May, and then do another one in August, and another one in November. Just kind of keep that going. And potentially even in the future, what I kind of want to happen is for, VanHack.com to always have a hackathon happening. So companies will be able to submit challenges, and you guys will be able to solve them and show what you can do. So in order to increase your potential, jobs. So basically, I'm going to talk a little bit now about kind of some last minute logistics. I'm guessing everyone here is in the Slack group. If you're not, that you should be in that group. Especially like if you're going to participate. I'm not sure if everyone here is a VanHack Pro member, but if you should be a VanHack Pro member to participate in the VanHackathon as well. So that's the first thing, is like the VanHackathon will happen on Slack. We're also using DevPost. So if you're a VanHack Pro member or a Premium member, you're not part of either of those, check your email. I've sent you an email with those links. So it's very important for you to be there. I think right now we're at 724 people in the Slack group, hopefully all of which will participate. And there's actually a lot more people who've signed up. So hopefully, you guys join the Slack group. That's very important. And so we also have companies. And the cool thing that's happening right now is that we have VanHackathon participants, you guys, and also VanHackathon companies already talking, already interacting, asking questions, basically just learning, meeting each other. And I think that really, at the end of the day, oh, by the way, hi, Lee. Speaking of VanHackathon companies, let's get Lee off mute in a couple minutes here so you can talk to you guys about his company. We actually have an employer here. So that's a nice surprise, Lee. It's good to see you here. Okay, so anyway, by the way, Lee is the CEO of Katudo. If anyone wants to work with them, you can just find him in the chat and send him a message or in the Slack group. Paulo, is that a beer in your hand? All right. That's funny. All right, cool. So what I was saying is that in the Slack group, I'm really excited because people are really starting now to have conversations with some of the recruiters. So we have the recruiter from Broadband TV, from Hootsuite, from Axiom Zen, from A Thinking Ape, Shopify. They're all in the Slack group. My Green Space as well, MuseFind too, and of course Katudo with Lee, and Dreamify too, as well as Shopadarity. So like a lot of these people are in the Slack group and they want to meet you. You know, the reason they're at the VanHackathon is because they want to connect with awesome talent. And guess what? You guys are awesome talent. So you know, that I think is the biggest thing I'll stress right now, is that you should be connecting with those people, people like Lee, people like Bear, who's the head of product from, yes, there is. So there is a list. So let me just put that. So you can click there, and that's the list of all the recruiters. You can see username on Slack. We don't, but you can just kind of put their name in the search and you'll find it. Oh, hey, Renato's on the bus. That's awesome. Good to see you, man. Renato's in Vancouver, I guess on the bus home from work. I don't know if let me broadcast your screen here to everybody. Renato, can you show again your window? Oh, that's right close to my house. That's on Davie and Burrard, right? Is that right? Looks like it. No. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Cool. Good to see you here, Renato. Yeah, so basically, let me just kind of finish up what I'm trying to say here. So basically what I'm trying to say to you guys is the way you're going to stand out, the way you're really going to impress the companies is if you're communicative, if you speak well, if you are showing that you're proactive and that you're engaged and you're interested in the company challenges. The companies want to know who's going to solve their challenges. They want to know you as a person. They don't just want to know like just your code. So you know, you want to be as you want to be as proactive as possible. I've seen some of you guys already creating teams, which is awesome. You should keep doing that. Have your team channel open. Invite potentially, like let's say you're doing the Shopify. If you're doing the Shopify challenge and you have a team channel, invite Danielle from Shopify. Danielle Fortin is the recruiter from Shopify, to your channel and ask her questions and be like, hey, Danielle, you know, X question. Make sure they're smart questions. Don't make yourself look like you're just, you know, asking something that might be on their website or might be something that's not obvious. So that is obvious. Sorry. Yeah. So that's my biggest advice for you guys right now. Of course, if you're in Vancouver, like Paulo, Renato, Lee, I'm not sure anyone else here in Vancouver right now. We're gonna have an in-person thing, or VanHackathon in person at Spring, which is at 211 East Georgia Street. So come to that. We'll have Axiom Zen is actually our title sponsor. They're gonna be paying for all the food during the VanHackathon. So Renato, there'll be free pizza for you and everyone else. Paulo, I want to see you there too. So definitely, if you're in Vancouver, make sure you come out. So let me just answer some questions here on the side. Do you need a team? So this is a common question. Do I need a team? Thomas, yeah, grab a plane. Do you need a team, or can you do this alone? So yeah, some challenges you will need a team. Some challenges you can't do with a team. It has to be by yourself. Yeah, both work. Depends on the challenge. Yeah, that's a good question. You'll see the challenges like the Shopify challenge. You need a team, for example, and other challenges you don't. So each company has a list of languages that they want. Yeah, so you can look on the company's websites, like the career pages. If you go to the VanHackathon, so vanhack.com/hackathon. If you go to the VanHackathon page, you'll see the link to, if you click on the logo of each company, there'll be a link to their careers page. And then we'll also have in the challenge exactly what programming language you need to solve. So for example, Broadband TV is looking for PHP. I'm thinking Ape is looking for Django. So, you know, Shopify again is looking for Ruby on Rails. Hootsuite hires a bunch of different languages. And they're looking for data scientists as well and mobile as well. So different companies are looking for different skill sets, and you can see that in their careers page. That's good. We unfortunately don't have a list with their like with the programming languages they're looking for, but it's a good question. Something we'll definitely do in the future. Maximum amount of 4 team members for sure. Yeah, Wagner, challenge that demand you be on a team. I think the Shopify challenge, because the Shopify challenge, very broadly speaking, is to build the future of commerce app. They have more specific things that they want that to look, how they want that to look like, but they want you to build something, an app, and like a web app or a mobile app. So I think it's better if you have a team, like a designer and a developer for that one. All right. If I want to apply to a specific challenge, the company, my team doesn't, how it's going to be? Well, Bruno, get a new team. If your team doesn't want to do that challenge, then get a new one, or just do a challenge by yourself if you can. Like, I don't know if you can build an API on your own or whatever challenge you want to do, but like the Thinking Ape challenge to build a mobile game using their technology stack, you probably need a team for that one. So I recommend, if anyone doesn't have a team, go to the team channel, just hashtag team in the channels, and you will be able to share your knowledge about the team. I'm sorry, like say who you are and then find the team. Okay, I have to say, Renato, are you in the elevator going home? Your Wi-Fi is really good. Wow. So everybody, again, not that you guys need convincing to come to Canada, but one of the benefits is that you get really good, like LTE, I'm guessing, coverage, and you can be on your phone in your elevator, and you could be streaming video like Renato is right now. And you can like walk, with your phone and just like have video. It's something, I guess, you can walk outside with your iPhone or whatever phone, Android, or BlackBerry, Windows phone. So anyway, that's just, not showing off. It's just the way things are.
Ilya, can I make a question?
Oh yeah, sure. Whoever said that, go ahead.
I'd like to know if is it possible to at the post-dev website to know, for example, what kind of challenges each company are going to. For example, I can look at looking for Ruby on Rails or PHP. Is there that information on the website, because I couldn't find it?
So you go to their careers page and you'll see what they want.
Oh, okay. I thought it was something just in the website. Okay.
Yeah. So just go to each one of them, there's career page. But like I think someone asked that already, and it's a good learning, and that's something I'll do for the next hackathon, so you can see exactly. Cool. So if I choose a team challenge and then only do the design part, can I? Yeah, for sure. Exactly. So for any designers here, like Ellie, I'm guessing you're a designer. For sure. Yeah. Just do the design part of a challenge. Some challenges are like, redesign a website, or like some things more specific. You can just do it on your own as a designer, but someone like need a developer too. So yeah, the company will, like, when you're submitting, this is actually something really important, guys. So when you're going to submit a project, there'll be a chance for you to add team members, and then you can make a little video about your project, like a screencast, right? So there's many screencast software. If you have a Mac, you just use QuickTime. It comes installed on all Macs. I'm not sure what you would use on Windows, but I'm sure there's like free download software stuff. Screen capture what you built, explain, and it's a good opportunity for you to practice your English and show that you can speak English well to companies. Don't be scared of that. So Ellie, if I was you, I would like do a screencast and show why you built what you did, how you did it, your design part, and then maybe the developer team or the developer you work with will talk about the dev side. But yeah, definitely make a video explaining. So how many jobs each company is offering? Marcus, great question. Some only have one, some have like 40. I don't know. Shopify is probably looking for like a ton of people. The recruiter from Shopify said that a lot of their jobs aren't even on the website. They just want senior designers and developers. They just want really freaking good people. And I think that's kind of true for all companies, like bigger companies, especially broadband TV, Hootsuite, Shopify, Thinking Ape. These are kind of the bigger companies that are hiring a lot more people. Speaking of companies hiring people, I think let's have Lee talk a little bit about Katudo. So Leo, only seniors know, but you know every company wants senior developers, and there's opportunities for all types of developers. In I think in the market, but I think we should it's like a fact of life that like the bigger companies want senior developers more than anything else, especially here in Canada, because there's a lot of just the lack of senior talent. But you know, if you're a junior developer, maybe a job at a smaller company might be a great way for you to grow that way. And I wouldn't be discouraged. All right, so Lee, do you want to unmute yourself and maybe we can talk a little bit about Katudo?
Sure. Okay, so thank you, Ilya, for the introduction. So I am the founder of Katudo. It's one of the small companies. Basically what we are is we're like an Airbnb for classes. So we help people find great classes in their community, and we also help the instructors manage and promote their classes. What we're looking for is we're looking for somebody to develop a feature that will help us basically promote our business. So being able to take a class profile and have some code that will basically auto-generate an event that would be posted on Facebook. At this time, we are not hiring, but in the future, as we gain traction, we'd definitely be looking for like a junior developer.
Cool, but you are how can I say accepting like bids for this project, right? So
absolutely, like we're accepting bids. We'll pay cash for the winning bid that builds this feature.
Nice. So kind of like crowdsource 99 designs for this feature.
Exactly.
Awesome. Cool, guys. So there you go, Leo, a smaller company, a growing company, I should say, a smaller company. Looking for talent. And actually, Lee, I have a question for you because you did actually hire a VanHacker. Can you maybe talk a little bit about that experience?
Yeah, sure. So I think it was last November. Ilya got me in touch with Nino, who is, I would say he's probably like intermediate, probably even close to senior level developer. We hired him. He's been one of our he's our technical partner, and it's been fantastic. Like we would not have built our site without him. There's no chance. It's been absolutely fantastic. And he's going to be moving here, and we're going to be helping with him with that.
Awesome. And it's really cool to see, guys. And like I think I had this in the podcast I wrote. I talked about a little bit the power of small companies. You guys can look that up on our SoundCloud. Is that, guys, like it's a lot easier to talk to the CEO of Katudo than, for example, the CEO of Shopify. And like making that connection with maybe a company that has 3 or 4 or 5 people while you're still in Brazil is really great for guys like Lee, because they want to see people that are good and talented and eager. But they aren't here yet, and they're more open, I would say, to hiring someone like Nino, who's on his way to Vancouver.
Okay, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Myself.
Cool. So So first, actually, let's see. Anybody have any questions for Lee about either that challenge or about anything to do with Vancouver or Canada or anything like that? Lee, do you mind answering one question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
There's already some on the side, but go ahead, Antonio. Yes.
Okay, sorry. Lee, nice talking to you. I would like to ask about technologies. For example, in my company where I work, there's a lot of different technologies because there's a lot of rotative workers. So I have worked with PHP, Delphi, C#, a Java framework. So I'm very experienced with different languages, but sometimes I think I don't have a focus on a language because I use a lot of different tools, different languages. So what tool do you usually for developers? What are the main tools used for your company?
So for our company, we're building our website using AngularJS, Node.js, and of course the usual things that go with building a website. So that's CSS, HTML, JavaScript, PHP.
Good. No, thank you.
No problem.
Nice, nice. So Ikaru maybe, no, that wasn't for Lee.
Sorry, I have one for Lee.
ahead, yeah.
I did write it on the text part, but I think it's just easier to just say it. My question is specifically about the product because I felt interested by it. The purpose of your company is to create an Airbnb version of any type of classes, from like learning French to baking or stuff like that, you know, like gardening, anything?
Yeah, I mean, basically it's a one-stop shop for finding the class that's being taught in your community. So yeah, you pretty much nailed it right there. It would be things like, you know, gardening or painting or yoga. And I should also note it's just for in-person classes. This is not for online courses.
That's pretty cool.
Nice, nice. So Marcus asked a question here. I just want to quickly answer. We're actually going to have some people, at least I hope we have some people from India in the VanHackathon, Colombia, maybe Chile, we'll see. But for now, it's definitely like mostly Brazilians. But you know, the goal is for eventually in the future to have people from all over the world. So yeah. And I guess there was one more question. I saw someone ask for Lee. Am I wrong? Maybe we can ask one more question, guys. No? All right, cool. Lee, I would maybe like, what's one thing you look for in a developer, designer, like tech person who isn't in Vancouver? Like what made you hire, you know, like what qualities?
I think when you're building a team and you're looking for people who are going to fit on your team, the first thing you need to figure out is like, does this person share the vision and the values of our company? And it became very clear early on with Nino that that was the case. This was someone who was passionate about what our mission was, which is basically to empower and connect people through education. And he was somebody who really, you know, bought into our values as well, which is, you know, integrity, responsibility, and also a sense of like doing more than what's being asked. I think that's really the beginning part of it. And of course, ongoingly, it's, I think everything works when you're being in communication with each other and you're clearly explaining things. I mean, things might break down, for instance, deadlines might not be met, but as long as you're in communication, there's a level of workability around that. And I'm not saying communication in the sense that your English is perfect. Like, I've been actually helping Nino with his English during this entire process, but really being, I would say it's about, you know, clearly explaining your intentions to people.
Cool. So guys, just like a quick thing here. You don't only get an employer, but you get an English teacher when you get a remote job in Canada, right? So that's pretty cool. Thanks, Lee. That's awesome to hear. And yeah, the goal is to get it like, you know, a lot more Ninos, a lot more Lees. So we're gonna, you know, do more of that kind of stuff. There's a couple other companies I just want to point out that are kind of like this in terms of like a smaller company that's growing fast. One of them is My Green Space with Michael Mole, that's in the VanHackathon as well. Dreamify as well with William Oliver. And MuseFind to a smaller degree. They're actually like now 10 people, but still very open company in terms of like communicate with the founders. They have Steven is their CTO, and he's in the Slack group. And I guess the last one is Shopadarity, which is Brian Jacobs as well, very kind of small, early stage. They're actually looking for someone to come in potentially as a partner, like a CTO kind of thing. So that's pretty exciting. Cool. Guy has a question for you, Lee, about expanding Katudo on a global scale and what are the biggest challenges. I'm going to let you guys talk about that directly just because we don't have too much time. As well as there's a question about, are you open to hiring mobile developers, Lee?
Yep. Yeah, I'll answer those directly in the chat.
Sure, cool. My Green Space, yeah, I'll quickly elaborate on that. So My Green Space is an app that helps you buy everything you need for an urban garden. So if you want to garden, buy and plan like your urban garden. So if you want to put a garden on your balcony and grow some carrots and some onions and whatever, they can help you find good stuff to like buy, ship that stuff to your house, and then also tell you like when to water the plants and what to do to make sure that it stays alive and then you can eat it. So it's like a big urban farming is a big movement and big business, especially here like in North America. And Mike Moll is a really great guy and great founder. So yeah, that's My Green Space. All right, cool. Let's go to more general questions, guys, about stuff. Ikaru just asked again about designers. Yeah, so I would say like this, guys. Companies are always looking for skilled people, and you can show them your skills. One thing that Lee said that might be interesting is that do what's not expected of you. So if you are interested in a company that potentially isn't looking for a designer, like for example, Broadband TV, they don't have any design challenges. They just have front-end developer, or back-end developer challenges. I still think that Broadband TV, if you impress them with your design skills, would be open to interviewing you for a designer role. Some companies don't post designer challenges or like, for example, like they don't post X like skill challenges, but they are looking for that position. So if you go into their careers page, you're gonna see what exactly that they want. And a lot of companies also have like I'm awesome, applying to here like applications, so you can apply to those companies too. Lais, we will be releasing the challenges perfect. So Marcelo, there you go. They have a designer role, but they don't have a designer challenge. So if you want to do something to impress them, I think this is your chance. And I think, again, what Lee said about doing stuff that is not expected of you or doing more than it's expected of you, that's a really great way to stand out and build trust. You don't have to go so much out of your way and like do all this extra work, but like that just like surprising employers is nice. It's a power move, as they say. Okay, cool. So the projects will all be released tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific time, which is 8 p.m. -3 GMT or Brasilia time. I'm not sure the right way to say this, but that's when we'll release it. We have a Google Doc with all the challenges. We'll release it as well. We'll email that out as well, and I will put it in Slack, so you'll find it, and I'll also put it on DevPost, so it'll be everywhere. If you guys have any questions, we have a feedback question. Horário de Brasília. No Portuguese though. All right. So we have a feedback. Oh, by the way, Lee also speaks Portuguese, right, Lee?
Sim, eu posso falar pouco de português, mas neste momento meu português não é tão bom.
Nice. That's awesome.
Very good.
That's great, man. It's great. So okay, what I was saying is, clear enough. I think everyone understood you. What I was saying is that we're gonna get the challenges out to you. We're gonna share that with you. You'll know what they are. You'll have until 5 p.m. on Sunday, so 9 p.m. Brazil time on Sunday, to complete the challenges. You submit the challenges into the dev post. If you haven't done that by then, we won't be accepting it, just because we want to be fair and give everyone the same amount of time. So that's kind of the way that'll work. I'm trying to think, what else can I answer that I haven't answered already? If you guys have any other questions, I am open. You can either raise your hand and go off mute.
I have one about the submission process. Do you have any recorded tutorial or video or anything that would help us in the process, just so we don't, accidentally step on mistakes and, use more time than we need to just submit the work?
Yes, I do. Let me just pull it up here. So here, this is directly from DevPost.
Very much appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. And I'll be sending that link out to everybody on Sunday so everyone knows how to submit. Awesome. Haven't seen any Java challenges. I don't think we have any Java challenges, Evandro. I don't know why. That's actually surprising because Java is such a common language, but I just don't think we have any challenges that I know of. Yeah. Maybe, yeah, thinking Ape if they use Java. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they do. Let's see, because Megan wrote here what they use, their stack. Yeah, their backend is in Django. Yeah, Java. Yeah, in Java. Okay, yeah. So they have used it. But yeah, I guess you can build a game in Java and show them your skills that way. Cool. Everson, interesting question. Everyone should have the whole environment to run their project locally, or there will be some sort of shared remote environment. Yeah, just run it locally in your machine. Yeah, microservice IKD. I think so. I think Hootsuite's challenge is something related to that. Thiago, let me just pull it up here so I can see it, and then I'll be able to answer your question better. Anyone here not going to sleep? Just curious, hackathon. Share your screen. No, I can't share my screen. Yeah, you guys are not going to sleep? All right. That's funny.
I think I'm going to have I'm giving a course on Saturday, so in the morning I'll be teaching. So the challenge we start at 8, so I should be wake up early the next day. So probably I'm not going to sleep the first day.
Nice. Yeah, you guys are warriors. So Hootsuite has a service, a challenge that has to do with representing microservice dependency graph. So yeah, I won't say more than that, but someone asked me about microservice. So yes, there's a challenge about that. And Hootsuite, I have to say, Hootsuite is really looking to hire. They talked to me today. They are desperately looking for people. So yeah, do your best, guys. Do your best. All right, cool. Anyone else have a question with voice? Please, Fury.
I have one iPad today. Ilya, I want to know about the sponsors. What do you have? What are the companies that you're going to sponsor?
Which companies will sponsor visas? Is that your question?
Yes. Yeah, that's it.
Cool. So this is something that I have to say first off, I can't guarantee anything like this. This is, companies said they're open to it, but things happen. I've seen LMAs get denied, et cetera. The big companies, so Shopify, Hootsuite, Broadband TV, I'm thinking Ape, and I'm missing one. Hootsuite, I think I said if I haven't already. Axiom Zen, Axiom Zen, that's what I was missing. So Axiom Zen as well. Those companies are open to it. Actually, Axiom Zen will probably send you over to Santiago, Chile to hang out with me because for those of you who don't know, I'm moving to Chile for 6 months in July. And if you do get hired at Axiom Zen, we can probably be neighbors. But they have an office there. And it'll probably be easier for you to move there with the visa, but they potentially eventually send you to Vancouver. So yeah, those are the companies that are sponsoring the visa. I probably MuseFind might. They're big enough to. I just don't know if they would, just because they're not so big and they have so many things going on. But I'm sure if it's for the right person, they're open definitely to hiring remote. So the rest are 100% open to hiring remote workers, which is obviously an awesome first step in terms of coming to Canada, and something that's going to be more and more common. So yeah, I think that you know, we should, like, I wouldn't do the challenges just because like the company's going to sponsor me, because it's so like hard to know. But yeah, definitely the bigger companies, I think it's kind of like it's harder to get into those companies, but once you do, you will, you know, they'll take care of all the stuff. Yeah, good question. All right. So Erbeni, you just asked again the same question that everyone's been asking, 1 to 4 team members. So I'm not going to go too much into that. Can we work remotely even for a big company? Yeah, for sure. I think then in the beginning it'll be a remote job no matter what, and then eventually they'll transition. Actually, I shouldn't say that. Sometimes they'll just say, okay, we want you to come, but you will work for the first like 3-4 months remotely, because that's how long it takes to go through the entire sponsorship process. So yeah, for sure. It's okay, Erbeni. Don't worry. Yeah. So that definitely is possible to work for bigger companies remotely, but I think that the bigger companies, like, they want you in the office, they want you close to their team and stuff like that. Actually, Shopify, they hire a lot of people and just keep the people remote. Like, so yeah, it's possible. Yeah. So Arthur, I didn't quite understand your question. What those companies need to say at the letter of sponsorship to somebody. That's a more technical question that I can't answer. I don't know exactly what a company needs to say in that letter. No, there's no promises that they need to put in order to hold someone, I don't think.
I'm sorry, I'm just going to redo the question. Any concerns about the intellectual property? Because some hackathons, they vary on that. Like some of the companies, sometimes they reserve themselves the legal rights on the code. You know, for example, if they want to use whatever you wrote for them to use on an actual product or something. I just wanted to know is there any legal constraints that you need to know about it? Well, I mean, that's the question.
Yeah. No. So the way we said it is, you like all the intellectual property is yours, unless, you know, you agree to give that over to the company. So yeah, it all belongs to the creators. The companies don't have any. Yes, they will see the code. So they for sure will see the code. When you submit, you can link it to GitHub. So cool thing about dev post. Yes, Fabio, I will cut that. The good thing about dev post is you can actually link it to GitHub. So if you build the project in GitHub, you can just link it to GitHub, or you can just, I think, upload the repository to DevPost directly, so they will be able to see the code. So I guess there's nothing stopping them from like copying it, but a lot of the challenges are much more like, you know, do this thing or solve this challenge that doesn't have any, like, build an API that no one will use. It's not like an API that they're actually going to use. Yeah, I think that it's a good question, and it's completely up to you whether you want to give that material, code, whatever that you build to the company. Yeah, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. Cool, guys. Any other questions? Yeah. So good question. The Dreamify challenge, build a site for them. So that's up to you. Like if you want to participate in that challenge, I think you're agreeing to like build a product for them. One thing I will say about Will, who's the founder of Dreamify, is he's an awesome entrepreneur, and I think he's definitely open to hiring people. So it wouldn't be just like you just build it and then he won't hire you. I think what he's more looking for is like people who can start the project, and then based on like the little bit that you do during the weekend, it'll be much more like there'll be much more work going forward. Cool. How will the company know the code was written during the hackathon? Good question. We can't control that, unfortunately. I think it's just one of those things that yeah, exactly. Ellie, they won't, but you gotta play fair. It's an honor thing. They'll interview you, right? Of course, more after the hackathon. It's not like going to be like, you know, and I hope you guys don't think it's going to be like solve a challenge and then you got a job the next day. This is like an interviewing process, right? This is just the beginning of an interview process. They will interview you tomorrow, or sorry, like next week or the week after, whenever they have time, honestly. And then they'll really see if you actually know what you're doing or if you just like somehow cheated, right? So it's exactly recruiting process. This is just the first step in the recruiting process. So they're definitely going to do their homework. And honestly, yeah, thank you guys. No jeitinho, please, because it's just going to look bad for us. Like if you make some awesome project in your hackathon and then all of a sudden like they interview you and you don't know what you're doing and you can't talk about it and you can't prove it, it's going to look really bad on VanHack. So please, like, just don't do that. And of course, it's going to look really bad on you. So it's better to be honest. And I think that in the long term, you know, you'll get it. The last thing I guess I'll say, well, not the last thing, but one of the last things I'll say is that look at this weekend as like practice. Look at this weekend as your Canadian experience online, where you can show your skills and kind of measure yourself against, you know, the competition, against what Canadian companies are looking for, what their standards are. I'm going to say some of the challenges I showed. So I did show the challenges to our CTO, Thiago, because I wanted like a technical perspective of what he thought. So he's the only other person that knows what they are. And he said that they're difficult. Like they're actually, they are difficult. Marcus, good question. They will give feedback. I don't know if they'll rank the projects, but they will give you like they'll score it. So I don't think they'll say like, this is the best one, this is the second best one, third one, but they'll say like, this one is like 5 out of 5 or 4 out of 5. And they'll give like quick feedback for everybody. So yeah, on DevPost, they'll be able to share their feedback with you. And I think that's really, really cool. So look at this weekend again, as like a practice, as a way for you to show what you can do. I don't want you guys coming into this weekend thinking I'm going to get a job, or else it's unsuccessful. Cause the reality is there's a lot more participants than there are open positions. I think we're going to have like, you know, almost 1,000 participants. And, you know, there's probably like 50 jobs available between the companies. You know, so to be realistic, I mean, you know, of course, at the end of the day, it's up to you, your skills. If you are like a super awesome developer designer, they're going to want to talk to you. And if you're really good at showing that you are a super awesome developer designer, which hopefully all VanHack Premium members here, you know, have been practicing a lot and know how to do. And of course, you know, you guys who are pro too are having some of those tools also. It's up to you. And I think that's what I really want to say is that, you know, we're here to give you a platform. We're here to open the door. We're here to connect you. And this is the beginning of something that will be much longer for you, hopefully, like an interview and then a job, and et cetera, et cetera. And then if you don't get a job at this one, you know, use what you learned and put the fact that you were on the VanHackathon on your resume and that you did solve these challenges for Canadian companies. Put the code on your GitHub. Show the code to everyone. So, yeah. Cool. So Guilherme, about the VanHackathon Premium. So we are giving away 3 VanHack Premium prizes. I haven't talked about this very much. Kind of keeping it on the down low. No cash prizes. It'll be prizes for VanHack Premium members. And by the way, guys, VanHack Premium is opening on Monday / potentially Sunday night. I think we'll just open it on Sunday night because we'll all be kind of hanging out on the hackathon. And I have something to show you guys about VanHack Premium right after this. Is that we'll be giving out 3 VanHackathon Premiums. I will be using this feedback of the judges as well as my personal kind of favorites to give away 3 VanHack Premium memberships. And that will be based on your submissions on DevPost. Yeah, so cool. Question here, designer, we also have to open code like free stock. Yeah, for sure. You can use free stock photos and free icons. You can definitely use that as resources, Ellie, for sure. Whoever's not on mute, please be on mute. All right, cool guys. All codification was on. Yeah, so sorry, one sec, Wagner. Gilson, all code must be written during the hackathon. Don't take old work and put it in like that. That's not cool. So you have to build. You can maybe use frameworks that you know and start take shortcuts that way, but don't reuse code from previous locations. Cool, Wagner, go ahead.
Are there any ground rules that VanHack established with the companies regarding evaluation of the work? Is there anything that we should know beforehand about how are we going to be evaluated, or is that 100% entirely up to the company's methods?
It's entirely up to them. Different companies have different criteria, different methods, different things they look for. Yeah, so. Cool. Objective-C or Swift? I think some people still use Objective-C. I'm not the best person to answer that question, Leah. Paulo, best project to get hired? Honestly, Paulo, the best one for you, the one that you think you could do the best job at. All these companies have jobs open. All these companies want to hire. That's why they're at the event. There's no like best one that's hiring more than other people. I think, for example, Shopify is probably hiring the most amount of people, but they're probably like the hardest or one of the hardest to actually get hired in, just because like they're a $2 billion company and they are very like they get a lot of applicants, so there's more competition. But they do hire a lot of people, so it's hard to say. Oh, cool, Arthur. Yeah, you're in Vancouver. Definitely come to Spring. So Arthur, the address is just for you to know, East Georgia Street. Yeah, so come to the VanHackathon in person. I will put here on the Facebook event too, for you to see that. Okay, so yeah, the event will be in Spring in person, and Arthur, please come in person. All right, cool. Everybody, let's be on mute. All right, time for one more question, and then I want to show you guys. Wesley, go ahead. Wesley, you're unmuted now. You can talk. No, you just had your hand up for fun. Okay. Yeah, that's a random sound. It's so weird. All right, cool. So I wanted to show you guys something that we just recently created. Okay, there's like a baby. I don't know. I'm just gonna force everyone on mute. Whoops. I don't think I can. Anyway, so yeah, they must have left. Anyway, so basically, let's just finish the hangout. I want to show you guys one quick thing. We just made this. It's a little video about VanHack Premium, and I just wanted to show you guys because I'm excited about it and love your feedback. So yeah, it's a little animation. So just bear with me here. It just takes 1 minute. All right. Jesus. Okay. Whoever is, let's put everything on mute. I don't know how to hold that. Oh wait, here. Allow participants to unmute themselves. Done. Okay, cool. No one can unmute themselves. Awesome. All right. Let's go to the video. Cool. All right. Woohoo. So that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Yeah, cool. I'm glad you. Awesome, nice. We worked really hard on that video actually, so it's nice to see everyone, all that feedback, guys. Thank you. If there's anything you guys thought I was missing, especially for the premium members, we can easily edit and add new stuff. Hot. Yeah. Thanks, Pepe. Yeah, and by the way, yeah, Antonio, feel very at home. That's also Antonio, one of our premium members here. So yeah, we are opening VanHack Premium on Sunday nights for you guys. It'll be $65 a month, or it's $350 per 6 months, or $600 for 1 year. So it's the first time we're actually offering the monthly option. So you can join if you don't like it. You don't have to continue the second month. But I have a good feeling that you will like it. We've been cooking up a lot of exciting things, and I will end by showing you guys the newest feature of VanHack Premium, which is the list. So let's go here to Hackathon here. Yeah, so this is the list. This is a new tool that we are building for you guys. It's a tool that will allow you to create a list of companies you want to work at and put insights about what you think about those companies. So say like, they are great, whatever. And then you could also have we're going to have more and more contacts at those companies. So let's say you want to work at EA Sports or EA Games. You want to talk to a recruiter there. Well, guess what? You can talk directly to Holly and send her an email. She's a recruiter for EA Games. And then you'll see like different insights from all the different people in VanHack's network who've interviewed there and talked to there. And you get kind of like insights about that company that otherwise you wouldn't have before. So as you can see here, like that's just an example list, but you can see a lot of different companies in Vancouver, in Canada, that are hiring. A lot of these companies I actually never heard of, but we just got a database and a list of them and put them here. So let's see. We even have companies starting with Z. Cool. Yeah, so different. Right now, this is just kind of the basics. You can see there's not too many companies here yet, but the goal is to have hundreds of thousands, hundreds and then thousands of companies that you can the VanHack. That's funny. Wow. Guy, VanHack is the only thing I pay that I don't hate. Wish to go to premium soon. I don't know whether, like, first off, what do you pay that you hate? Like, that sucks. That I'm so sorry to hear that you pay a lot of stuff that you hate. Like, you hate your phone company? Do you hate your that's so funny. But anyway, taxes, utility bills. Yeah, okay, I understand. So very nice to hear that. So thank you, Guy. I'm glad that that you don't hate using VanHack. So yes, you can add companies, Wesley. That's the whole thing, that we're going to be crowdsourcing the knowledge about these companies, about how to get into these companies, which is something that I think is going to be really cool in the future. Like, imagine in 1 year from now, the kind of information we're going to have about different companies, different organizations, this list is very raw. So there's a lot more information we're going to be putting into it. We actually haven't even released this to the current premium members. So the content and the value of the content, the value of the contacts and information, for example, about different companies is going to go up over time a lot as we get more and more members and more information. At least that's what we're working on. Arthur, yes, we do help with business and sales and design and all that. How do we do this? Let me just quickly share the screen again, and I'll just show you. 1 sec. Cool. So add a company. So I just had to respond to something. So you just add a company here. So like, I don't know. We can add a company, whatever company. I can't think of one, maybe Apple, right? So Apple's not in Vancouver. I'm not going to add all the other stuff, but okay, damn, it's required. Cupertino, yeah, California, USA, Apple. VanHackathon.com, right? So you add a company, click save, and then we'll add a phone, like a photo, but we don't need to do that right now to add a photo. Anyway, so I'm just gonna, you don't need to see that little detail of how it's used, but yeah, for now it's only for premium members. Exactly, Wesley. In the future, we might open it for more people, and I'm thinking of doing something like normal users will be only to add like 5 companies or 10 companies to the hit list, and only be able to see like 200 companies, and then pro users will be able to see more, and then premium users will be able to see everything. But that's something we're implementing in the future. This is very much like a beta feature that you guys are seeing. So yeah, for now, just for premium members, because we really want to do a good job and get it right. So we don't want to have like 1 million users. Not that we will get 1 million users, but you know what I mean. It's still very like early kind of thing. So we want to get as much feedback as possible from a smaller group of users, and then from there we'll open it up as we go. All right, guys. So that's the end of the Hangout. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was fun. We had some technical difficulties, but I think we made it through the day. Tomorrow, one more sleep, and then it'll be the VanHackathon. I am so excited. I encourage you guys again, just to finish here, be active in the Slack group. Show companies you are responsive. You can talk. You can just be yourselves, right? Like, be active as much as possible. Ask good questions, and I think that'll lead to success. Paulo, what insights, feedback about the company is being shared? So it'll be shared. Exactly. So this will be a shared database of knowledge that we will, like, the insights about the companies will be something that all the members will see. So cool. All right. That's it. If you guys have any questions, send me a message in Slack. Don't send me an email. Send me a message in Slack, please. Tell your mother, tell your brother, tell your friends about the VanHackathon. If they're looking for, tech jobs in Vancouver or in Canada, I think, we can help with that. Or don't tell them, because if you don't want them to take your job. But yeah, it was a pleasure hanging out again. This will be recorded and edited and recorded and put it online. But I think at this point it's go time. Get some rest tonight, sleep well, and yeah, let's go. Bye, guys.